All right, so good morning, everybody. Today you're definitely going to want a couple blocks and a strap. We're going to be playing with a few things, both upper and lower body, of course. So let's start by sitting really well. Maybe move the flesh out from your sit bones. Remember, you can always sit up on something. And even during the first part of a lot of our morning practices, we can even start in a chair and then work our way to the floor. So something to keep in mind. And take shoulders up to your ears and let them drop. Good. Inhale them up. Exhale, let it drop. Good. One more time. Squeeze them up. And let them drop. Whew. And just shake yourself out and snuggle yourself in, and then find that nice long tailbone down, crown of the head reaching up, your shoulders to your side body, right? Let's try to keep them from becoming a part of our front bodies. And feel your breath. And just notice. And for me, sometimes, so in yoga, often we say you breathe in through the nose, you breathe out through the nose. And yet sometimes I will breathe in through my nose, but I'll exhale through my mouth. And there's just this release that's a bit different than just breathing out, exhaling through the nose. So maybe you try that for a few of your breaths. Just take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale. And let it go. Good. Two more, just like that. Inhale. And last one. And then open the eyes. We're going to do a little breathing, moving meditation. So feel free to switch out legs if they get cranky. Hands over out to your sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale the hands straight up. Exhale, open big wide all the way down. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open big and all the way down. And take it up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, open. Good. We're going to add on. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Interlace the hands. Inhale up. Exhale, curl. Inhale them up. Release. Exhale down. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, interlace, reach. Exhale, curl, curl, curl. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, release. One more, just like that. Inhale. Exhale, heart. Inhale, interlace. Exhale, curl. Inhale it up. Exhale, release. Good. We're going to add on one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, interlace. Exhale, curl. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, grab your right wrist, take it over. Inhale, center. Exhale, curl to your other side. Good. Inhale, center, reach. Exhale, let go. Good. Let's do that one again. Inhale. Exhale, heart. Inhale, interlace. Open, open, open. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach up. Grab your right wrist, reach over. Inhale, center. Grab your left, reach. Inhale, center. Exhale, let go. Last one right here. Inhale. Exhale, heart. Inhale, interlace. Thanks, Carrie. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, take it up. Grab your wrist and reach. Inhale first. Exhale the other way. Inhale, center, reach, and let it go. Woo, good, roll it out. It's kind of like that memory game, you know, first what you bring to the picnic. It's like, how many can I remember before we forget completely? All right, so let's take our right leg straight out. Again, move the flesh out from the sit bone. If your knees allow, keep that left foot into the inner thigh. If it doesn't, you know what to do. All my yogis out there are good at creating those variations. So it can be down low, it can be out to the side, it's okay, it can be straight, but then firm up that right leg, really nice and firm. Inhale, take the arms up. Want you to swan dive part way, just swan dive. And think about this for a minute, and then take the hands instead of forward. I want you to take them behind you. Maybe the fingertips come to the floor behind. And then feel your chest, center of your chest, move toward your big toes. So it's not about bringing your chin there, your head there. It's about, oh, could that chest move toward the leg a little bit? You'll notice with the hands behind, you're not going to go all that far. So just feel that stretch. Good. I want you to inhale the arms straight up. Exhale, halfway swan dive. And then reach for the foot, but don't hold it. Good. Draw the shoulders back as if you were both reaching forward and pulling back at the same time, and then let the hands come down to the floor. You can use your blocks on either side as well. I didn't cue that, but if it's challenging to have your hands in front of you and on the floor, you could raise them up a little bit. Pull the shoulder blades back, everybody. Try not to lead with your nose or with your chin. Try to move the chest forward and just feel what's happening in that leg. And then point your toes. Woo, good stretch. And flex them. Good. One more. Just point and flex. Hold that flex. Maybe the hands walk further forward. The shoulders stay nice and wide. If you can already feel yourself rounding, back it up a little bit, right? We just back that truck right up. Breathe. Have I been in Georgia too long? Back that truck up. I don't know where that came from. All right, so fingertips to the floor. Pull the fingertips back. Watch those low backs for some of you. And then reach yourself all the way back and take that chest back. Whew, good. All right, same leg. I want the hands behind you. Pull the shoulders back, lift your chest, take the leg up and breathe. Good. Reach for that foot if you can. Pull the shoulders back. Same thing, only now we've got this crazy foot elevated. Feel your thigh work, right? I know. Find your breath. If you can, just reach for that shin. Some of you are going to be able to reach for the big toe. Take it out to the side, press down through the leg that's on the floor, lift yourself up big wide. Good, take it across your body, grab the outside of your shin or the outside of your foot. Good, breathe. And bring it forward, hold it with both hands. Open your chest, that chest is heading toward your toes. Big deep breath. Good. One, you're here. Two, let go. See if you can keep that height a little bit and let go. Ow! Shake it out. All right. Good. Bend that leg. Let's switch sides. Pressing the foot into the thigh. That leg is straight out in front of you. You know all that stuff. The shoulders move back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, partway swan. Then just breathe. Right? The leg that's on the floor is really feeling grounded, but you do have to watch for the hyperextension, right? So some of you can press too far and hyperextend or really tighten the back knee. So just be mindful of that. Good. Take the fingertips behind you. Open up your chest. Woo! Big stretch. Good. See if you can roll the shoulder blades back even more. As if somebody's got their hand on your chest and is lifting that chest up a little bit. Yep, I know, right? So here we are, pulling shoulders back, drawing that grounded leg back. Try not to lead with your chin or your nose. Just see if the chest will move a little further forward. Release, inhale, reach up. Exhale, halfway swan. Reach forward this time, but then pull the shoulders back. Pull, pull, pull. Arms are in front of you for a moment. Breathe. And then let the fingertips come to the floor. Broaden through the collarbones again. Broaden through the shoulders. Press strongly through that long leg. And then point your toes. Ooh, good stretch and flex. Good. Point one more. And flex. Drawing the chest maybe a little bit closer. Maybe walking the hands a little bit further forward. But then pulling those fingertips back. Just getting a really sweet stretch for these hammies, right? These hamstrings that we're going to need a little bit later today. All right, release, come on up. Whew. Good, breathe, fingertips behind, lift the leg. Woo, good, optional, arms up, pull the shoulders back, squeeze your little belly. Try not to lean too far back, but you're gonna have to lean some. And then either grab the shin or grab your toe. I'm reminded in my little audience today that you can use a strap if you would like, right? That makes perfect sense. Sorry about that. Breathe. And take the leg out. Nice straight leg, best you can. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but just see if you can extend and then bring it across. Grab the outside of your foot or the outside of your shin. Oh yeah, feel that beauty of a stretch. Good, take it forward. Grab your shin with both hands. Pull the shoulders back. Ground through those sit bones. You ready? I know you're ready. Let's release the leg and see how much we can hold that up. Woo! And let it go. Oh. And shake it out, everybody. Good, let's straighten out both feet. Roll the shoulders. Good, flex your feet. Nice energy here. Take the fingertips behind and just open up your chest. Find your breath. You're still good here. Let's take the arms up. Draw the shoulder blades down. Really flex through the feet. Maybe you can lift the heels off the floor a little bit. Maybe not. Good, firing them up. And release it. Shake it out. Let it all go. Good job. All right, so let's head right to table pose. Have your blocks toward the front of your mat, because we're going to use them, and your straps should just be handy. We're not going to need them just yet. Good, so start with your feet toward the back end of your mat and walk your hands forward into a nice little puppy stretch. So spread the fingers, gather up that beach ball between your elbows, press the hips back as you draw your head and chest toward the floor. And just feel that little bit of a stretch. Ideally, your knees and your hips are lining up a little bit. Just getting a good stretch here. And then just shake the hips a little side to side, just a little. You get a little more stretch to side body here, slight tone to your belly. That's it. And then walk the hands back just a little bit. Lift the chest. So you're still long with your arms. I want you to walk both of your hands off the right edge of your mat. Both hands. And then take your left hand on top of your right hand and lower your chest down toward the floor on that side. You should feel a big old stretch on that left side. Good, just breathe. You can even rest your left ear on your forearm or on your upper arm if that works for you. Good, press into both hands, lift up. Walk the hands to center. Your hands are forward of your normal, and then walk all the way off the mat to the left. Take your right hand on top of your left hand, drop down toward the left. Big stretch through that back arm. Press into the hands, walk them back, keep them further forward than your normal. Take the left hand in, snake it underneath the right, coming into eye of the needle. So as you do that, you drop down to that side of your head, take the right hand Elbow pointing up toward the ceiling, press the hand into the floor. Yeah. And then maybe shift the hips a little bit to the left. Oh, big stretch here. Press into your right hand, lift up. Again, the hands are a little forward. Take the right hand, scoot it under, drop down to your shoulder. The left hand presses into the mat, the left elbow pointing toward the ceiling. Reach the hips a little bit toward the right. Just feel that stretch. Good. Press into your left hand, lift up, and find a normal table pose, just a regular old table pose. Press into those hands, press into the thumbs and index fingers, flip your toes under, lift the knees an inch or two off the floor, 3 inches off the floor. Squeeze the belly in and lengthen through your tailbone. So your back is neutral. Find your breath. Hold if you can. That's it. And then press the hips back. Let's come right to downward facing dog. Once you're there, pedal your feet out. Shake it all out, everybody. Woo, that's it. Notice if you're holding your head up in downward facing dog. I'm picturing one of my favorite yogis out there who I was always tapping the back of her head. She knows who she is. Just breathe. And then inhale to your tippy toes. Start to lower your knees. Take them a few inches off the floor. Squeeze your belly in and then lower them down. Good. And then shake out those wrists if you need to. Just going to take the outer shirt off. Already warm. Doesn't take much out here. It's really something. All right, so we're back to table pose. Turn the hands out just a little bit, just a little bit. I want you to check out how that feels on your wrist. See if that makes any difference. Press the right foot back. Make sure your legs are hips width apart. Take the leg up. Let's start with a little balancing table. Remember last class, if you were here, we were lifting from the inner thigh. What that does is externally rotate the leg. Actually, it internally rotates a little. And it helps you square that hip up a little bit more. Once you're there, take the left arm out. Find your breath. Good. You're going to take your left elbow to the outside of your left hip while your right knee goes into the other elbow, right? So a little core work. So bring it in. Let's do 5. Slow. This is 2. And 3. Yep. 4. 5. Go to opposite knee, opposite elbow for 5 more. 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. 1 more. And 5. Well done, everybody. Let that hand come to the floor. Let that knee come to the floor. Shake out the right wrist if you want to give it a little bit of extra blood flow. And let's go right to the other side. Press the left leg back, tone in through the belly. Lift the leg. Find your breath. Take the right arm out, little balancing table. And you know what's next. Bring it in. Right, so first it's same side. This is 2. And 3. 4. And 5. Good. Switch. Bring it into the middle. And 2. 3. 4. Good. And 5. Reach it out. Let that hand go. Let the knee go. Shake it out. We're almost done here. And then last one. Flip toes under. Lift the knees. Find that nice steady stance. Lift one foot. Breathe. Optionally, you're going to take that lifted foot to your elbow. Squeeze it in. Bring it back. 2. 3. 1. 2 more. 4. Yep. And 5. You can do this without lifting your knees. Release that side. Let's go right to the other side. Lift first. You can stay here or tap your elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And 5. Set that foot down. Find downward facing dog. Take your feet wide on your mat. Stretch it out. Breathe. Come to plank. Lower your knees. Push off your hands for a second. Shake out those wrists. Wow, I know, right? It gets you. Whew. All right, last one here. Moving your blocks. I always say that, last one, right? Compared to what, right? Compared to what? What's that last one? 5 push-ups, knees or no knees. All right, so just regular push-ups, not chaturanga. So tone the belly in, don't let your hips sink. You don't have to go all the way down. You can just take it an inch or go all the way down for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, nice job. Set it back. Breathe. And then from here, all I want you to do is step forward with your right leg. Holy moly, grab your blocks. See, if we delay the hard stuff, we won't do it, right? I'll get so busy doing other stuff. I'm like, I'm not doing the push-ups, forget it. So we got them out of the way. That's my motto, get them out of the way. All right, so your hands are on your blocks. They can be low, they can be medium, they can be high. Maybe even start with them up high for now, just to give your upper body a little bit of a break. Feel your chest rise up. The hands should be lightly holding your blocks, not hanging on to them, right? And feel that nice stretch of the back leg. Maybe a little tuck of the pelvis, right? A little tone to the lower belly. Press into your front foot, like really press into it. And then just take the arms up, let them float up. And exhale down. Good, 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Good, hands to blocks. Walk your front foot forward. And then straighten the leg. Good, and then maybe flex your foot. Squeeze that right hip back. Lengthen the chest toward the toes, not your head, not your nose. There should be a nursery rhyme there. Not your head, not your nose. Breathe. Maybe lower the blocks 1. See how that feels. Find your breath. Are you hyperextending the front knee? Yeah. You know, there's a little trick that you can do. If you tend to hyperextend, you can take one of your blocks behind your calf and then stretch. Whoo, yeah. Breathe. All right, so slide that front foot back so that you're back in alignment. Lift your other knee off the floor. Hold for a moment. Imagine you're on an elevator and your whole body just lifted a little further away from the floor. And then lower that knee back down. Switch sides. Left foot forward, good alignment, everyone. Your hands are on your blocks. Maybe the blocks are up high, chest is lifted, and you're just checking out a little stretch here, right? Shoulders are wide. You're taking in your surroundings, or your gaze is just drifting off into a no attentive space, right? Just out there. Push into the front foot, like really dig in, because that's your grounding, right? So push there and then just inhale the arms up. Exhale, let them come down. Inhale, take them up. Exhale, down. Last one, inhale. Exhale, release. The hands come back to your blocks. Your front foot scoots forward. And then straighten that front leg. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight, right? Hamstrings are hamstrings. Nice attachments way up there in the sit bones. Flex your front foot. Bring the toes toward your knees. Maybe the blocks lower a little bit. Open up the shoulders, everybody. That's it. Good, and then slide the front foot back as you bend the knee. Lift your back knee, hold and squeeze. You got it. And then lower that knee, slide your left knee back, move your blocks out of the way, plant your hands, downward facing dog. And then walk your hands back all the way to your feet. Open up your shoulders, bend your knees, hands come to knees, lift from your head, neck, chest, and come all the way standing and shake it out. Whew. That's it. All right, so you're just hanging out on the mat. Your feet are parallel to each other. Ground those feet. Why don't we do a little bit of this first? I was playing with this later. Lift your toes, everybody. Lift all your toes off the floor. Feel the four corners of your feet. Keep them lifted. Really squeeze them up. You can have your hands on your hips. You could wherever. And you can look down for a moment. Just see if you can put your big toes on the floor. Just the big toes. Keep the other ones really lifted. And then lift your big toes. See if the other four on either side will go down. The big toes stay up. Good. Lift all your toes. Press the big toes down. And then imagine scrunching the big toes in. Yep. Inner arch work. Good. Release that scrunch. Lift up. Press all four toes or all 8 other toes down. Breathe. Once you get the hang of this, try not to look at your toes. Press your big toe down. Lift the other 4. Switch. 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 If you're not looking, how do you know you're doing it, right? Switch. Last one, big toes down. And let the other ones come down. Good. And then just a real quick lift up off your heels for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh yeah, and 10. Good. Shake that out. And then find a good mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Chair pose. We did a ton of chair pose last time. So really important with chair pose that you sit back, right? So you're not shooting those knees past your toes. You sit back, tailbone is nice and long, hands are to your heart. Instead of taking the hands forward, I want you to take them back like they're pressing onto the floor, like we, excuse me, like we did while we were seated. Open up the chest, everybody. Whoo, feel those legs. Interlace the hands behind you, press the hands back. And as you straighten the legs, your butt goes back and then you come to a forward fold. Arms are comfortable. They can be down by your hips. They can be up in the sky. Pull the shoulders back. All right, press into your feet, reverse, bend the knees. The hands start to press down, the shoulders lift, release and press back. Hands together, slow, straighten as you bend forward. Bend your knees, lift your chest, release the hands. Good, one more, together and straighten. Bend the knees, whoo. Open up. This time, take the hands forward. Pull the shoulders back. Squeeze your belly. Press into the 4 corners of your feet. Lift your toes. Press your big toe down only. Both big toes. Lift the others. Lift all your toes. Press all your toes down. Stand all the way up. Exhale, let go. Shake it out. All right, we did this one last class too. And I like doing things more than once. So with a little bit of muscle memory, inhale, take it up. Exhale your hands to your heart. All good pose, right? Chest is lifted, tailbone's long. You're not sitting in your lower back. If you were here last week or Wednesday, you remember this one. Feel your feet. Lift your right heel. Take your big toe out to the side. Sit back in your pose. Woo! All right, hard part here. Press into your left leg. Try to lift. Whoop. And not overly lean. That's the hard part. Yeah, you got to shift that body back into center. See if it'll go any higher. Toes point forward, sit back and release. Whew, and stand up. Right? Maybe that was a little easier than last time. Maybe it wasn't. Depends on your weekend, right? All right, here we go. Reach up. Exhale, squat. Shoulders back. Belly tone. Think of those feet. Peel your left heel off. When you're ready, step the big toe back. So you can stay here, right? So this is super, a lot of leg strength here. When and if you're ready, see if you can lift. Ooh, come on. Breathe. Maybe it goes a little higher, maybe not. And release. Whew, and come up. Good. We're going to do it one more time on both sides. Inhale it up. Exhale, squat. Whew, roll it back. Let's take our hands to our hips, see if that makes a difference. Lift the right heel, step it out. Breathe. See if you can lift. Maybe take the opposite arm out. Sit back if you can. Keep that torso centered. Yep. You know what I want to do? I want to do this like thingy here, which I didn't practice ahead of time, but see if you can bring your elbow to your knee. Yeah, elbow to knee, just 3. Like, ooh, staying alive. And set it back. Inhale it up. That's part of, you know, what I practice and what I improvise makes this class. All right, let's do the other side. Inhale. Exhale, squat. Peel, press into that leg, sit back. Take the big toe out. Tone the belly, lift the leg. Hold. Maybe the opposite side goes, the opposite arm goes out. And then just for fun, only for fun. Maybe we do 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Holy moly. And lower down. Woo! Inhale it up. Exhale, let go. All right, I think we're sufficiently warm. Take the blocks to the front of your mat. You won't need anything else on your mat for now. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, hands go to blocks. Good, maybe your left foot comes forward, your right foot comes back, and you're in a nice high lunge here. Hands softly resting on your blocks. Tone your belly. I want you to dig into your front foot, like really press down. And then inhale the arms up. And breathe. So nice, easy lunge here. Even if you're normally knee down, just see if you can keep it. You can go shorter stance-wise to help with that. Good. So as we exhale, your butt goes back, your front leg straightens, your hands go to your blocks. Pyramid pose. Breathe. All right, you know what's coming. The front knee bends, the chest lifts, the legs squeeze, the arms go up. Breathe. Exhale, hips go back, chest comes forward, hands land on your blocks, your chest can come down toward your thigh. One more here, slow, bend, lift, push into the front foot. Breathe. Exhale down. Straight leg. From this straight leg position, either your back foot is straight back and your heel is lifted, or just drop your back heel. Turn it in a little bit. You can shorten your pose a little bit more, real pyramid pose. And then walk both blocks forward. Big, big, big forward. Whoo. Yeah, breathe. Hold, your front knee can be bent if you need it to be. No torture. Just find your pose. Try to stay on all four corners of your front foot. One more big breath. Good, walk the blocks back to that foot. Bend your front knee. I want you to transition, but please be mindful. Step forward and then step back. You're in your lunge. You're not dropped. Your front heel's not dropped. Your hands are on your blocks. You're feeling good and steady. Squeeze your belly. Inhale, lift up. So you're pressing into the front leg, front foot, but you're also engaging back leg. Here we go. 3 of these. Press back as you swan dive forward. And then bend your front knee. Start to lift up. Take it up. And exhale. Slow, slow, slow. Lots of control, everybody. And bend. And lift. Whew, yeah. Easier on this side, I think. Exhale. Breathe. Hands come to your blocks. Your back foot is either going to stay straight back or shorten and drop it for a more pyramid-ish pose. Press into the 4 corners of your front feet or front foot, and then move your blocks forward so the arms are relatively straight. And say good morning to your hamstrings. Both sides of those hips are pressing back equally, though. It's a really interesting challenge to keep the front leg moving back while the back leg is moving slightly forward, but both hips even. Big deep breath. See if you can settle a little bit. Longer hold here. Good, walk the blocks back. Bend your front knee, step forward. Walk your blocks forward. I'm going to be out of room, so I got to step back and do just both feet on the floor. Long stretch forward. Keep the hips moving back. Keep the hip line over the ankle line. That's it. And then walk those blocks back so that they're more under your shoulders. Bend your knees. Inhale, reach up. Whew. And exhale, heart. Shake it out. Feel those legs. All right, set your blocks aside for a minute. Go wide ways on your yoga mat. Roll the shoulders back. Good, you're gonna be right in the middle. My knee folks, just be mindful of your knees. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, baby squat, little tiny one, don't go deep. Good, so from here, I want you to tap your right foot out and bring it in. Left foot out, bring it in and switch. Yep, working on a little bit of balance. Switch, keep the chest tall, switch. Switch, keep sitting back. And switch, switch, yep. Next time, switch, hold. Here we were before, sit back. Lean the chest forward, breathe. And then see if you can lift. Set it back. Step in, step out, other side. Breathe, lift if you can. Step it down, bring it in, step out with your right, step out with your left. Take the knees out, take the toes out. Little goddess pose. Now I know at least 2 of you, this can be challenging. Just don't come so low. Just let your knees be happy. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squat. Now, one hand to chest, one hand to sacrum. Draw them in opposite directions. Press the knees out, sit back, sit back. Breathe. Hands to your thighs. I want you to push into your thighs and let the shoulders come up to your ears. Just soften those muscles. It's actually softening as you squeeze up. All right, here's the thing, right? So we're gonna take the hands back. We're gonna interlace, pull the shoulders back, butt goes back, chest comes forward, legs straighten, arms go up. Breathe. For my low back folks out there, you don't have to come to a full forward fold. Keep the chest kind of moving forward, even though you're in a forward fold. All right, tricky part, it's actually balance work. Bend your knees, pull your arms back, lift your chest, take the arms up. Exhale behind you, press out. Hips back, chest forward, forward fold. Notice if your shoulders are rolling toward the floor. If they are, lower the arms closer to the hips. Bend the knees, move your chest up. Lift up. Last one. I like threes. Out you go. Hips back. Interlace, straighten your legs. Woo! Open up your chest, everybody. Bend the knees. Lift. Up with the arms. Straighten the legs. And shake, 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 shake it out. Heel toe those feet in. You got this. All right, you're back to the front of your mat. Your blocks are back to the front of your mat. Keep your left foot forward. Step your right foot back, small-ish step, like maybe 3/4. So that ideally the back heel drops, but toes are pointing mostly forward, back toes. Because otherwise, right, if it's sideways, I can't square that hip forward. So bring it forward, front knee bends, inhale the arms up. Warrior one, press through that back leg. If you want, interlace the arms and take the index fingers up. Hug the ears, open up your chest. Big deep breath. As you exhale, open the arms, straighten the leg. Hands are either gonna go to your blocks at any level, or they're gonna go to the floor. Big deep breath. Just gonna scoot myself back a little. Breathe. Can you work with the hips? Can you work not just with the hips, because we're stretching the heck out of that front leg. I get that. But it's also about the chest moving forward. Start to walk the hands forward a little bit. Bend your front knee. You're going to come to the tippy toes of your back foot. You're going to look forward with your chest, right? Your chest and eyes look forward. Your hands go to your blocks. Press into your standing leg to lift the other. Just level at the hips. I don't want you going super high. Press the heel of your right foot back as if someone were pulling it back or you're squeezing it into a wall. You're going to reverse this. Bend your front knee. Step the back foot back. Reach out with the arms. Straighten your front leg. Good. And then bend your front leg. Step forward. Woo. Shake out your hips. And let's switch sides. So you're going to step back with your left foot. Toes point slightly out. Front knee is bent, right? Remember? Tone your belly. Lift your chest. Inhale up. Warrior one. Arms can be separate. They can be wide. They can be interlaced. Notice if you're scrunching your front toes. See if you can spread them. Notice if you have no real sensation in the back leg. See if you can get a little bit of weight there. Just breathe. Maybe open it up a little. And then open. Big swan dive. Reach it back. Hands come down either to your blocks at any height or to the floor. So my tendency here is to roll to the outside of my front foot. So I really focus on keeping that big toe mound. toward the floor. Shoulders open up, belly tones in, push into your back leg. Let's just let that hamstring open even more. How's it feeling? Maybe the hands walk forward. Breathe. Longer holds gives that body permission to open up a little bit more. If you're too deep, your hands are on your blocks or you're halfway lifted. All right, you know what's coming. Hands go to blocks. Front knee bends. Come to the ball mound of your back foot. You can stay there or push into your front leg to lift your back. Now the blocks should be under shoulder. So if you have to shift those blocks, go ahead and shift them. Tailbone long. Woo. Feeling that leg. Smile at that feeling. Don't be frowning, right? And then bend your front knee. Woo. Walk the blocks back and step forward. Bend both knees. Inhale up. Exhale to your heart. Shake, shake, shake. Feel the legs. Just shake them out. Take a moment. Good. Roll your shoulders. All right. So one more little thing, and then we're gonna kind of try to wrap it all up. So back up at the front of your mat, take your right foot and just step it back to a lunge. And take your hands to your blocks. And breathe. Good. I want you to leave your right hand on your block. Press strong into both legs. And take your left arm up. Be careful if your block is up high because it'll be wobbly, but I want you pressing straight down. So just a little twist here. Front knee is bent. Exhale, take your hand down. See if you can switch. Careful, careful on the high blocks. Switch your feet. Level out your hips, tone your belly. Your left hand stays on your block. Your right arm goes up. Easy twist. Squeeze your back glute. You got it. Breathe, breathe. Exhale, hand to the floor. Switch. You can switch one of two ways, right? Step forward, step back, or step back, step forward, however it works. Front leg straightens. Back heel is either actually, I think I like the back heel straight more than I like it dropped. Your right hand stays on your block. This is harder. Twist to your left. Breathe. Oh, yeah. Release. Switch sides. So we're playing here with a lunge twist. We're playing with reverse triangle, right? So play, here we go. Press into the feet, squeeze the legs, lift your right arm. Breathe. And release. And just step forward and pause. Bend the knees, come on up. Let's get the blood flow back out of the head. Exhale your hands to your heart. Roll it out, shake it out. All right, shake it out. So we're gonna go there just a little bit deeper. So again, just play. So right foot forward, left foot back. It's not a super long pose. It's not your long lunge pose. Your hips are center. Your torso comes forward to your blocks. And then walk both blocks forward. So here we are, we were just here. Reach back with your right hip, plant the full ball mound of your front foot. Feel maybe the inner thighs head toward each other just to stretch it out. I want you to take your left hand block and bring it a little closer to the center line. It's still on the left side of my right foot. It's still over to that side, but it's forward and a little bit closer. From here, take your right hand to your hip. Open your chest to the side. Woo! Fire up the legs. Squeeze those legs, press into your back leg. Take the arm up. Reverse triangle. Breathe. Lower that hand down. Final option, you're either going to stay there or you're going to take the hand to your right side block, left hand to right side block. This is tricky. My block is still forward of the mat. We're doing it different than it's normally taught, but I'm pressing straight down. I'm going to take my right hand to the hip. Just open the chest. Keep pressing into your ball mound of your front foot. Take the arm up optionally. I learned this from my friend Deb, who showed me that if you take the arm forward, it's you get a lot more space. All right, release. Woo. Take those hands back to the blocks. Take your blocks back to their normal level. Step forward. Holy gamoly, shake it out. You're all gonna feel these hammies later. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, take it down. Shake it out. All right, let's go to the other side. Your left foot forward, right foot slightly back. Hips are center. Front foot really grounded. Take your hands to your blocks. And breathe. So even here, right, we're not scrunching the shoulders. We're not all tied up in a knot. We're just feeling this freedom. Even if that front leg stays bent, even all halfway bent, it's all good. So you're leaving your right hand on your block. You're going to take your left hand to your hip. Turn and open the chest shoulder. Squeeze the inner thighs. Try to keep your left big toe mound grounded and take the arm up. I didn't say it on this side, but your right side block is slightly forward. Breathe. Release, hand down. Take your right hand block a little closer to center. All of these are going to challenge your balance a little bit more. Your hand is pressing straight down. I'm going to start to open up to the left again. You might stay with your hand on your hip or take the arm up. Breathe. Release. Still good. You know what's coming. You're going to take your right hand to the left side block. It's the outside of your foot, butt forward. So make sure you're grounded, hand to hip. Open up the chest. Maybe you stay there. Woo. Breathe. Or the arm comes up. And release it. Hands come back to blocks. Blocks square off. Step forward. Bend your knees and come on up. Woo. And shake it out. Good. Maybe you take a hand to anywhere, just from a little balance standpoint. And then bend your back leg. If you cannot reach your foot, don't worry about it. You can use your strap here. Squeeze in the standing leg's hip and just stretch the quad of your opposite side. Open your chest. Find your breath. If you want a little balance work, release the hand from wherever it's holding. And release that side. Just switch to the other side. Grab your foot. Draw the shoulder back. It's more important that that quad stretches long than it is that it stretches back. Open up the shoulder. Maybe the opposite arm lifts. That's it. And release. Shake it out. Oh, yeah. Woo, baby. All right. Blocks to your mat. Lots of optional. Optional, don't have to do this kind of work. Left foot forward, right foot back, small step. Level out your hips, walk the blocks forward slightly. In fact, let's take the blocks to the lower second level, everybody, just for more stability. You're gonna take that leg forward. I think I might have forgot to do that on that side, didn't I? Press into your standing leg, lift your other leg. And breathe, try to square the hips. From here, right, so your left foot's on the floor. You're gonna see if you can walk your right block to the left. Take your left hand to your hip and breathe. This is a variation of reverse half moon. I'm not lifting my chest, shoulder, or arm. Hand goes back to your left hand block. Both blocks go to center. Release your right leg. Good. Here we are, other side. Blocks are where they are. Stand on your right leg, lift your left. Breathe. Take your left hand block over toward the right. Take your right hand to your hip. Whoop. Find your breath. Yep, not quite stable enough to open up that side body. There we go. Hand back to block. Open the blocks back up. Lower the leg. That is enough of that. Move your blocks out of the way. Plant your hands to the floor. Step back to downward facing dog. Lower down to your knees. Whew. And come onto your belly. All the way down. How's that for a transition? Wow. All right, so we just stretched the heck out of these hamstrings. I want to just do a little reverse, a little strengthening. So bend one knee and bring that heel close to your glutes and then straighten and squeeze it in. That's 3. Let's do 5, 4, and 5. Good. This time take the leg up so that it's just relatively 90 degrees. Doesn't have to be perfect. Press your hips into the floor. See if you can lift the knee off the floor. Breathe, relax upper body if you can. If you're still good, let me have a little baby pulse, but keep that hip bone on the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. Other side, just bend, keep the knee down, and straighten for 5. Squeeze it in on purpose, everybody. 3, 4, big squeeze, and 5, and then bring it more or less to that 90. See if you can lift the knee. If you can lift the knee at all, that's awesome. Still good, pulse for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. Have one block to the side of your mat and then turn on to your backs. Once you're on your backs, your feet are on the floor, your knees bent, shoulders are down, just pause. Good. Maybe a little tilt and tuck of the pelvis just to soften up some of the work we just did. Good. And then neutral spine, the elbows, the upper arms and elbows come to your side body. The fingertips are pointed up toward the ceiling. So your arms are in that 90-degree angle. Press the shoulders down, press into your feet, and then tuck the pelvis enough to just lift your hips way up off the floor. Come into bridge pose. Press into your feet. I want to squeeze of your hips and then release. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. 2 more. Squeeze and squeeze, and then find the middle way where the hips and glutes are active but not overly squeezing. From here, I want you to isometrically pull the heels back. Again, we're engaging the hamstrings, all that stretching. I want to do a little strengthening. The hands can come down to the floor, palms face down. And if you feel really good, you can walk the shoulders under, hold the sides of your mat and find a full bridge pose. That's it. Keep pressing into your feet, keep pressing into the heels, squeeze your little hamstrings, and then walk the shoulders out and lower all the way down. Whew. Resist the urge to bring the knees to chest just yet. Walk your feet out a little bit so your feet are no longer under your knees. Press the hands down to your mat, shoulders down. Push into your feet, lift up and hold. Outer hips, glutes squeeze, draw the heels back isometrically. Upper body should feel pretty relaxed. If it doesn't, turn palms up. That'll help externally rotate the shoulders, should relax head, neck a little more. Good, keep breathing, keep breathing. Maybe lift the feet or the toes off the floor so you're digging into your heels and pulling them back. Lower and lower your hips. Resist the urge to draw your knees in. We're almost there. If that was tough, stay there or bring the feet closer. Otherwise, I want you to walk them out even more. Your knees are still bent. Your feet are on the floor. Squeeze the low belly in, lift your hips off the floor. So we're going into these super long bridges. Pull the heels back isometrically. You are gonna feel those hammies. Find your breath, everybody. Try not to let the knees splay out. Breathe, keep pulling those heels in. Maybe you lift the front parts of those feet and dig in even more. That's it, hold on, hold on, hold on. Lower the feet, lower your hips. Woo. Walk the feet back in. Grab your block. Your block is either going to be on the lowest setting or on the second setting. Don't go to the highest setting. Press into your feet, lift your hips, take that block under your sacrum. Please make sure that is not on your lower back. If your hands are on your hips, right? Your hip bones, hips, your block should be below that line. So it's solid on the bone of the sacrum. Shoulders draw back, palms go face up, your feet are relaxed, you're not digging, pulling, or anything. This is a back bend, but also a restorative bridge pose. I just want you to calm down, just breathe. If you have any low back pain or sensation here, I would take the block lower so that you're not feeling as much of a back bend here. So relax the jaw here, relax your face, relax your belly. Find your breath. Maybe exhale through your mouth. Couple more. Now, if you're on second level, maybe your arms just kind of encompass the block a little bit. If you're on low level, there's no issue here. And if you, so we're going to stretch the psoas, the front of the hips. And if you feel on that higher block that it's just too much, just take a moment to lower down the block. So straighten your left leg down toward the floor. You're going to already feel a stretch of that left psoas, especially if you're on second height. But if you're on first, you may as well. We work the hips and legs a lot. If you're still okay, you bring the right knee toward your chest. You do not need to use your hands. It'll stay right where it is. Both feet are relaxed. We're stretching that deep belly psoas muscle. Upper body soft. If you're on second level and it doesn't feel good or it doesn't feel stable, just take a moment to lower it down to the first level of your block. And just take some deep breaths. One more. And as you transition again, if you're on second block, second height, just be mindful. Bend your left knee and just let that left foot come to the floor. Place your right foot down, straighten the right leg, pause, and then draw your left knee toward your chest. Just feel your whole body settling down, deep belly stretch, nice and easy. And then again, first you're bending your right knee, letting that foot come to the floor, lower your left. Press into both feet, squeeze up into bridge pose, move the block out of the way, and then one vertebra at a time, lower your back and your hips all the way to the floor. Once you're there, bring your left knee to your chest. You can wrap those hands behind your knee. Just draw it in, straighten your right leg. Maybe take that left foot up to the ceiling. Circle your ankle and circle the other way. Point it and flex. Good. Release the hands, but hold the leg. And then very slowly lower it to the floor. Bend your left knee, let that foot come to the floor. Draw your right knee to your chest. Hold on behind that knee and then straighten your left leg. Shoulders are soft, jaw is soft. Straighten the leg if you'd like. And circle your ankle. Circle the other way. And then point and flex. Release your hands from your legs. Slowly lower it. Bend both knees to your chest. As you inhale, exhale, chin to knees. Optional, of course. Inhale, release. Exhale, chin to knees. And then release your upper body. Take both feet back to the floor. And as you're ready, one leg straightens to one corner of your mat, the other leg straightens, and you find Savasana. Just allow your body to snuggle into your mat. Remember, or if your low back is chatty, just bend your knees, or you can take your blocks under your thighs, which is a really nice optional Shavasana. I like that one. And then your hands either rest at your sides or they rest on your low belly. And do a brief scan of your body and see if there's anything still holding on, any muscle tension that you can let go of. Feel your belly soften. Allow your body to soften even more. For those of you ready, can you ever really be ready to get out of Shavasana? But if you are ready, go ahead and start to move your body in a way that feels wonderful. Start to bend the knees, draw your knees toward your chest. And just rock side to side, just shake out those hips in the body. Eventually allowing the knees to roll to one side or the other. Curling over in fetal pose, take a moment there. And then very slowly press yourself all the way back up. Taking your hands to your heart, feeling that chest lifted, the tailbone nice and long. Bow to your own inner grace. Knowing that each moment we listen, we learn. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.